Do you ever feel sad and lonely like this person here? Maybe with this coronavirus and having to be home for so long, a lot of people have felt it. In China, we've gotten through it pretty much and slowly returning to normal, but the rest of the world is going through it. So I want to share some tips with you on how to get through this feeling of sadness or loneliness. And first thing is that you need to understand how your mind works. I understand it very well. I'm a practitioner of neurolinguistics. I understand how our brain works and how we have control over our brain. I'm also a clinical hypnotherapist. So I'm going to give you some techniques that will help you. The first is to change the word that you use if you're using the word depression, because that's a medical diagnosis. And our brain will think if we have a rash, there's no question about it, it's diagnosed. But if we change the word depression to sadness or loneliness, what it really is, then it doesn't feel as strong of a word. So it gives us a better chance to change it. And instead of trying to hide or suppress that feeling of loneliness, the best way to do it is to allow that feeling of loneliness or sadness to happen. And let me explain how that works. If you get hit in the head with a rock, like this kid, it's gonna swell up. And it swells in the process of healing. It gets big as it can get, and then it starts to slow back down and get to normal again. That's swelling. Now, if in a part of your body it can't swell, like carpal tunnel, a carpal tunnel like in this picture here, the median nerve travels through a sheath, which is like a straw basically, and that nerve, if it gets agitated or hurt, then it will try to swell, but it can't. And every time you move your hand again, it just keeps trying to swell and it can't because it's held back. Well, in surgery, they'll go through and put a slice and cut open that sheath so that the nerve can swell and then go back to normal. That's how that's fixed. So it's important for our emotions to have that same opportunity to swell. The answer is pretty simple, but you've got to be regular with it every day. You need to give yourself swell time every day. The swell time is something that you should schedule and actually time it. You might need 15 minutes, you might need 20 minutes, you might need 30 minutes. It's up to you. But the key important part is that every day you schedule that time to allow those emotions to grow. Now, I want you to just lay on your bed in the fetal position like a little baby, or under your covers, or hide in your closet, wherever is most comfortable. If you want to cry out loud, you should be able to. If you want to have some real tears, go for it. Allow that feeling of loneliness and sadness to grow. When the timer goes off, you go back to living your normal life. Now, what you've done, by doing this regularly, it can be in the morning, it can be in the afternoon, it can be at night. It's best if it's on a regular schedule, though, because now you're telling your brain, here's when I'm going to allow you to do it. If you don't have swell time, then those negative emotions will, they'll pop up whenever they want to, and when you really don't want them to. So it's important for you to take that swell time. Your brain knows, I can wait till tomorrow morning and then have that time to feel these feelings. But if you'll do the swell time, I promise you that you'll feel much more confident about yourself, and the confidence will really come from inside. And do that every day. You will notice a change within just about 4 or 5 days. After about 2 weeks, it is a habit now. You might be able to reduce the time. Maybe you went from 30 minutes to 10 minutes a day. It's up to you. You might need to do it twice a day. Just do it and have a swell time.
1, 2.